our section 1.6, we're going to be discussing perimeter and area. So my objective for you is to using formulas to find the perimeter and area. So number one, the perimeter is a sum of the lengths of the sides. So in your first example, you have 2 inches on one side, 3 inches on another. So you'll know that this side is also going to be 2 inches, and this side is going to be 3 inches. So if it's a sum of all the sides, you're going to add 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 equals 10. So the sum of the length of the sides will be 10 inches. Remember, it's IN period for the abbreviation. Perimeter is going to be measured in lines, linear units. That's what you're talking about. Perimeter is the exterior. So inches are going to be IN, feet are FT, centimeters are CM, meters are M. Notice that in the only abbreviation that has a period is inches to designate it. It's not the word in. All right, and number 3, the area is the number of square units needed to cover an object. So it's going to be the square units on the inside. So in this example, you have 3 inches by 2 inches. So you multiply the length times the width, or L, times W. As I go back, the formula for perimeter will be 2 of your lengths plus 2 of your widths. And that will equal your perimeter. So the formula for area is going to be length times width. So number 4, your area is measured in square units. So you have square inches, which denote it just like in the example, IN period with the number 2. Square feet would be feet squared if you were to abbreviate it. Square centimeters would be CM squared abbreviated. And square meters would be M2. So our rectangular formulas, as I introduced on the previous slides, for perimeter, it's 2L, 2 of the lengths, plus 2W, which is 2 of the widths. Area is going to be length times width. Okay, so if we're doing the formulas with the rectangle, so again, like I've said, the perimeter is P is equal to 2L plus 2W. And then you have in B, area is equal to LW, length times width. So in number 5, as you'll notice in the examples, perimeter is 2 times 5, because the length of that object is 5 feet, plus 2 times 2 feet, because the width of it is 2 feet. So we have 2 times 5 plus 2 times 4. 2 times 5 is 10. And then 2 times 2 is 4. So the total of 10 plus 4 is 14 feet. So the perimeter of that object is 14 feet. So if we take the area of that same object, the length, which is 5 feet, times the width, which is 2 feet, 5 times 2 is 10. And you will indicate that as feet squared. When you are dealing with area, be sure and square whatever unit it is, because it is square in the interior. Square formulas for number 6. If you have a square and you need to find the perimeter of it, a square is defined as each side is equal. So if one side is 10 centimeters, they all are 10 centimeters. So the formula for a square would be P for perimeter is equal to 4S, or 4 times the sides. So in our example, if each side is 10 centimeters, it would be 4 times 10, which is equal to 40 centimeters. In the area of a square, again, since each side is equal, you take the side and you square it. So in this example of a square, you do 10 squared, which 10 times 10 is 100. 100 centimeters squared. All right, so in the next one, number 7, we're going to find the perimeter and the area of the rectangle or square with the given dimensions. So we'll notice in A that we have a length measurement and a width measurement, which tells you that it is going to be a rectangle. So we're going to take, to find the perimeter, first, read the directions. It's asking you for the perimeter and the area. We're going to do P is equal to 2W plus 2L. P is equal to 2 times 13 plus 2 times 3. The length is actually 13 feet. The width is actually 3 feet. But when you are adding, it does not matter which order you put them in. So P is equal to 2 times 13, which is 26, plus 2 times 3, which is 6. 32 feet is the perimeter. Again, the width was 3, the length was 13, but because of the commutative property of addition, you can add them in any order and get the same solution. So we are asked to determine the perimeter and the area, so we did the perimeter. Now let's do the area. Area, as you recall, the formula is area is equal to length times width. Our length is 13 feet times the width, which is 3 feet. 13 times 3 is 39. So your final answer will be 39 feet squared because we are finding the area. Notice in B, we're working with a square. So remember the formula, or look, adjust back to your notes for the perimeter of the square. Remember, P is equal to 4 times the side. And area for a square is going to be S squared. So the side of this square is going to be 4 times 12, which is going to be 48 centimeters for the perimeter. And the area for this square will be 12 squared. Area is equal to 12 times 12. Remember, we discussed this, 144. Do not forget to put it as centimeters squared. Now, try C, D, and E on your own. Pause the video and come back and work it at your own and check it after you've worked it on your own. Now recall, here's the formula for perimeter that you'll use and the formula for area that you'll use. Perimeter equal to 2 for some reason in your notes the width was not on my notes on the screen, but it was on your notes that you have in your hand. So P is equal to 2 times 15 plus 2 times 20. 2 times 15 is 30 plus 40 equals 70 inches. The area, length times width, inches squared. Okay, notice in D that it's going to be a square, so we're going to use our formula. P is equal to 4 times 32, which is going to equal to 128 meters. Area, length times width, but in this case, the area is going to be area is equal to side squared. So since each side is 32 meters, so 32 squared is equal to 1,024 meters squared. Remember, it's squared because it is determining the area, so you use square. All right, on our last example, number 5, perimeter, 2 times 150 plus 2 times 20. Perimeter is going to be equal to 300 plus 40. So the perimeter is going to equal to 340 feet. Remember, area is length times width. Area is going to be equal to 150 times 20. Your answer for that is going to be 3,000 feet squared. Now we're going to deal with number 8. You're going to you are planning to wallpaper one wall of your living room as shown. You do not wallpaper over the window. So there's a 3-foot window in this example. How many square feet of wallpaper will you need for the wall? Well, the first thing you're going to determine is what is the area including the window. So you remember area, you take the length times the width. So that would be 7 times 11, which is going to equal to 77 feet squared. Then find the area of the window, which will be 3 times 3, and that's going to equal to 9 feet squared. Now, we don't want to wallpaper the window, so we're going to take 77, you're going to minus the 9, and the area that you're going to want to wallpaper will be 68 feet squared. Please be familiar with how to do this, because you will see this again in your classwork, quizzes, and tests. In our last example, we're given a figure can be divided into rectangles and squares. So we're asked to find the perimeter and area of this figure. You'll notice that it is not simply a rectangle or a square, but we can divide it into that. You can divide this figure into one rectangle and one square. So I'm going to choose to divide this section right here, and I'm going to find the area first of this section. So to find the area, remember we're going to multiply length times the width. So this area is going to be 5 feet. Now I need to find the area of the remaining figure. So if I know from here to here is 3 feet, and from here to here is 1 feet, what will this figure from here to here be? It will be 3 minus 1, which is 2 feet. So the area from this section right here will be 2 feet times the 2 feet that is right here. So 2 times 2 is 4 feet. We're going to now add the area of each of these figures, 5 feet plus 4 feet. The total area of this figure will be 9 feet squared. And you will again see one of these in your practice problems and in quizzes, so please make sure that you understand how, if you have a shape like this, how you can divide it into a rectangle and square.